What's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Pokemon Showdown today in the RU tier, and using this team I made around Reuniclus. I haven't played RU in quite a while, and it's just been sounding fun to try Reuniclus out. And it sounded fun to pair it with Sand. I have memories of using or seeing videos of people using Reuniclus with Sand, like when I was getting into competitive, like in Black and White and stuff. So it just sounded fun to try and get something like that to work in Gen 9 now. And Reuniclus is in RU, so I figured RU would be the place to try it. And Hippowdon is also in RU, so we get to use Sand and Hippowdon as our Sand setter. Unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of Sand Rush users allowed, or just that are even available. So we're going with Lycanroc as our Sand Rush user. Instead of Houndstone, Lycanroc's a little bit more threatening. But yeah, this is the team. Let's go over it real quick, and then we'll get into the game. So Reuniclus, if you don't know, has 3 like really good abilities. I think almost all of them work well in the Sand. Overcoat, I guess, is kind of like a worse magic guard. I guess it's immune to powder move, Sandstorm, and Effect Spore. You're not making contact, so Effect Spore doesn't matter. And then Sandstorm damage magic guard also stops. I guess Overcoat would stop Spore or Sleep Powder or Stun Spore, but Spore and Sleep Powder can't be used anyway, so it's just like Stun Spore. So Magic Guard's probably the way to go if you were looking at those two. And then Regenerator, if you were to maybe use this as a pivot or something like that. But because we're going with Sand, and because we're wanting to maybe set up with this, we're going to be staying in, not switching out. Magic Guard, I think, is the way to go. So it basically prevents us from taking Sand damage or damage from Leech Seed or Toxic or Burn or Hazard damage as well. All of those things help us to stay a little healthier, and we get to go with Leftovers instead of something like Heavy Duty Boots, because Magic Guard protects us from all those things. And then we're going to try and sweep with Calm Mind, Psychic Noise, Focus Blast, and Recover. Going max defense, max HP to be able to take physical hits as good as we can, and we'll be boosting our special defense. This thing on paper seems really scary, and I have fond memories of it. I've not tested the team at all, and I've not played RU in a while, so we'll see how it goes. But then we got Hippowdon for Sand. We're going with the Rocky Helmet, and quite a few of these I got ideas from, or sets entirely from the Smogon analysis. And I'm not going to be able to mention specific guys because I haven't played RU. So, but Hippowdon with Terra Ghost is just like, oh, this guy's got Terra Water, loses our weaknesses, gives us some resistances to some strong attackers in the tier. Some ones that I was scared of are some, if you look at our team, we don't have the best answers to like strong special attackers. We do have an Assault Vest Cyclizar, and we have quite a bit of like decent resistances, but strong special attackers like Armarouge or Hisuian Gudra, Zoroark, Gengar, Salamence, I think we're all right. Volcanion as well. They're pretty scary for the team, so I think Terra Water and this is pretty good, and we'll have some options for some of those other things. But in terms of a physical, a nice Terra type to take on physical attackers with in a tier with like, what is it, Slitherwing and Zapdos, and you know, strong fighting types like that, even Mousehold, of course, and what is it, Cleavers down here. Terra Ghost is pretty nice, and then Rocky Helmet will rack up damage on all of them. We are going to be summoning the Sand, and we're a ground type, so we don't take Sand damage ourselves, and we'll be able to get passive damage on the opposing's team. And we can get up rocks, we can heal, and then we can just phase things out with Whirlwind. Earthquake means or Mono Earthquake means we can't hit, you know, guys immune to ground moves, but with the Sand damage with Rocky Helmet and Whirlwind, we're pretty much fine, and we have a pretty bulky team, so I think we'll be all right. Then we got Magnezone. Jirachi is something that seemed I was looking at is pretty annoying for Reuniclus, and Magnezone can deal with Jirachi and even trap it if they don't pivot out with U-turn. And I always love Magnet Pull Magnezone, even though it's very, very uncommon compared to how it was like in previous gens. But something else, Hisuian Gudra with Terra Ground, if we Terra Ground Terra Blast, we can Oko that, and Choice Specs Gudra is pretty scary, so if that's something we're able to do, that seemed pretty nice. But besides for that, we're a Steel type, so we don't take Sand damage. We can kind of complete the Volt Turning core that I wanted with Cyclizar, so we can pivot with this and then U-turn with Cyclizar. And then there's just a strong special attacker. I don't know if Magnet Pull's really worth running. I mean, like I said, it can trap the Hisuian Gudra, but a lot of the other Steel types I was looking at and had read that they just beat our guy anyways. So, you know, Empoleon can pivot now. This thing can drop a Flamethrower. This guy can pivot. This guy can pivot. Bisharp, I don't know how well we would take that thing on, and it's pretty bulky with EVLA. I don't know what it goes 100%, but yeah, Magnezone sounded pretty fun, and it's like the vibes of Black and White and Sand a little bit. And then we got Breloom. This guy sounded really fun to use with the sand with Poison Heal and Toxic Orb. So we're basically turning into Gliscor, and we're really trying to become Gliscor because we're also going to be running Protect for the additional recovery with Poison Heal. And then we'll be boosting with Bulk Up. And then we just got our 2 stabs. I wanted to go Facade, but because I'm going with a bulkier one and not using Terra Normal, I think just going with the stabs is fine. We don't hit flying types for not resisted damage, but we have an electric type, we have a rock type, and Hippowdon's pretty good against quite a few of the flying types. I think we'll be all right. And honestly, this guy, you know, might not do anything, but it sounded pretty fun. Having a grass type on a sand team with multiple water and grass weak guys, you know, Breloom sounded pretty fun. With Terra Water, it's actually like able to switch his weaknesses, but the main reason also with pairing it with Reuniclus is we do resist knockoff, and with Poison Heal we can lose our item after we've gotten poisoned, or with Toxic or Poison Heal I mean. So this thing can like check Crawdaunt. It might be better to go with an Impish Nature and not go with the Spadef, but ideally we're able to maybe get a Bulk Up off, and then we'll be able to patch up our defense that way more than just investing with an Impish Nature, and then we can go with the Spadef investment. But we're not faster than Crawdaunt either, which is a little bit of a problem. So I'm just experimenting, but it sounded pretty fun and I think synergized decently with sand. Then we got Cyclozarb with the Regenerator. Again, a nice ability that synergized with the sand. We take the sand chip, but then as we switch out, we heal 1/3 of our HP. And then with an Assault Vest, we get quite a bit of bulk. So I believe this HP and Spadef investment, it's a recommended set, is just to optimize or maximize recovery with Regenerator and then special bulk with the Assault Vest, and then just max HP. This guy is also our only knockoff user, but it can pivot. It can also remove hazards for our team and drop a Draco before pivoting out. It's pretty nice. And then Terra Fairy gives us you know, immunity to Dragon, decent resistances, losing our fighting weakness. Terra Ground I mentioned is for the Terra Blast, Terra Water. And the last guy we got Lycanroc. I wanted the Sand Rush user, and I was looking at Sand Slash, but I think Lycanroc is just a little bit better. It's stronger. It is pretty fast. And that's actually something I was going to go with an Adamant Nature, but looking at its speed, 112, and the guys that I'm kind of scared of in this tier, without the sand, you can outspeed like Hisuian Zoroark. You can outspeed Mousehold, Hisuian Zoroark, Gengar, quite a few things, and just one-shot them with Stone Edge, Close Combat, Psychic Fangs. That's pretty good coverage, or good enough coverage. And then similarly to in Zero Use, when I've used this, going with Terra Fighting, since becoming a fighting type with Stab Close Combat is pretty good. Psychic Fangs is more of a coverage move to hit like poison types, and both these moves are 100% accurate. And then a Celerock, if we're up against a Choice Guy, or we need to use the priority, a Choice Scarf guy, and we need to use priority, a Celerock is a priority rock move. Is pretty good. Also, something I noticed was Terra Fighting gives us a resistance to Bug, so like first impression from a Slitherwing, and then we have a good chance to OHKO Slitherwing with a Psychic Fangs if they're no HP or defense or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited about the team. Probably didn't explain a lot of the things because I don't know, but hopefully we can get Reuniclus to do some stuff. I'm pretty excited. So all right away they have the Goodra and Mousehold. I don't know if this is Sticky Web. How many games? I'm 1251. How many games have I played? We've played quite a bit, even record-ish. But yeah, this might be webs. They do have hazard control with this. Breloom into their Vaporeon's pretty cool. If we were to Terra Water, we are then weak to the electric move though. Reuniclus, if we're able to Calm Mind, could be pretty good, but this guy gets Encore and we're weak to Ghost, and if we Terra Water, then we're weak to stuff. So I think whatever we don't switch into the best, you know, we just lead with something that matches up well against them. So I'm kind of scared of the Gengar and the dragons that they have. So maybe we lead with the Lycanroc and go from there. I think let's do that, and we'll see if they come back. Solid start. We're 1-0. We 6-0'd. I'd say it couldn't have started better than this. All right, here we go. All right, this looks like Sticky Web for sure, right? They got the Rabambi. Then they got Mousehold. They got the Weak Armor Armarouge. I don't know what Gengar's going to be doing. Let's see. Okay, they Nasty Plot, Air Balloon, Colbur Berry. They could be Hex. All right. Well, Terra Normal would be good on Breloom for, I guess, one of these then. Would be immune to the Hex. and we're poisoning ourselves. But all right, they're probably gonna be leading with their web setter. Probably want to get rid of those. Cyclizar does not outspeed them. I don't know if it can just rapid spin. No, I don't even think we can 2-hit KO with anything. I doubt rapid spin 2-hit KOs. We could lead Breloom, but they have plenty of things that resist us. Maybe we lead Magnezone and just pivot on them. They don't have a ground type. We break their thing with Hippowdon. But Hippowdon being healthy... I mean, we need Hippowdon for Mousehold and Bisharp. Let's lead Hippowdon. And let's switch into Magnezone. Or we just go for rocks, but I don't want this thing to take a ton of damage. Ribombee. OU webs. Hippowdon. Yeah, they do quite a lot. I think they're going to get up webs though, so I'm just gonna get up rocks. Now that forces them to tidy up, and that would get rid of both of our things, right? Tidy up. Clears all hazards, yeah. Alright, then we'll go Magnezone. We got the sand up, we broke their sash, we got up rocks, now they have to tidy up if they want to get rid of them. And also, maybe this is sashed. I think it sometimes does. Armarouge and RU, boots, weakness policy. We resist their stuff with this. Cool. Now, do we need to go for anything besides the pivot? Can we just go for Volt Switch? Yeah, we'll kill him. So I think let's just do that. Nothing wants to take the electric move. I don't think we want to be in with this. And now, actually, our Cyclizar is not going to outspeed everything because it's not boots. Also, I was thinking about going Reuniclus. You know, Cyclizar does resist Ghost, but Psychic is kind of scary, and this Armarouge is a little scary. So if we had Shadow Ball instead of Focus Blast, we'd be able to hit the Armarouge a little bit better. But we have Focus Blast, which is better for Bisharp. I don't like not having Focus Blast, even though it's not a reliable move. Just against Dark types. Shadow Ball hits them for resisted damage, and we have no attack investment, and then Psychic is immune, so... Honestly, pivoting into Lycanroc might be the best way to go. Stone Edge or close combat kills like everything. And with the sand up, Jolly Nature, we definitely outspeed things even with webs, probably. Let's just confirm. Lycanroc in the sand with Sticky Web. Just give him -1. Yeah, we still outspeed everything. Or we could go Breloom, but Breloom, we're just gonna have to Terra. So I think we go Lycanroc. Oh, and we don't kill. Whoops, I didn't notice that. But that's fine. Well, if we go for Stone Edge or just the rock move, then they're gonna go Bisharp. If we go for the fighting move, they'll go into one of their fighting resists. I think Stone Edge. Thankfully we hit it. Also, we didn't kill. So they were just max HP. Magnezone. 78. They were like Spadef or something. I think. Also, they turned the timer on, so if they time out, you know. All right, another quick one. All right. Here we go. They got a steel type that we could trap with this, and it could be worth it or nice. And they do have a grass type. I was noticing there's like not many grass types in this tier for Breloom to be able to take on. But this grass type is pretty scary. It's a physical attacker. It's got a shit ton of attack and it could boost. I could see leading this and just going for Protect right away to get our thing activated. And we can scout what they go for. Actually, versus this, we could go for a bulk up right away. I don't think they're gonna just knock off, so I'm gonna bulk up. Cool. Now we're lacking the facade, so Salamence does resist our stuff. But and Armarouge actually does too. But like just KOing this or hitting something pretty hard seems worth it. Then we can scout again with Protect. We could go for another Protect, or I mean another bulk up right now, but I think they're gonna hard switch into maybe Salamence. So then we just hit it. And if they don't, we nearly kill them. So Salamence is probably coming in. No, Armarouge comes in. All right, well, with Terra Water, I noticed these things do get Energy Ball or go Energy Ball. So with Terra Water, and if they're Psyshock, we resist their fire move, and we're gonna take the Psyshock a lot better because we boosted our defense. But the grass move we're gonna not appreciate. Armarouge, we're +1. I mean, we're doing a decent amount, and actually with weak armor, they're gonna take more and more. Becoming a water type does also make us weaker to this. We could just go into Cyclizar on the fire move or psychic move. I think let's just go Cyclizar, not Terra. I don't want to protect in case they just boost. They armor cannon, drop their shit. I think that was worth it with Breloom. Now we can knock off or Draco, or we just spin. I think I like knockoff. I don't think we need to rush rapid spinning. Well, now I wish I went for the Draco. Okay, well, they're probably dead to a Cellar so thankfully we have that. And I think it's fine if we let this die because they have 2 dragons and a fairy type. If we can rapid spin, I'll go for it, but I think we go into this and hope. Well, if they are Terra Fairy, they're -2. Maybe it would have been better to go hit Powdon and then go Lycanroc. Because if they Terra Fairy, they're not dead to a Cellar. Is that right? Oh no, they only go -1, right? With weak armor. Weak armor, it fell, yeah. All right, I should have went for Draco and then the other thing. Even rapid spin, right? So, well now, if they Terra Fairy, we just lose to the Lycanroc, or they'll survive our hit, probably. It looks like it's a roll, so I'm gonna go for it. I'd rather not sacrifice Hippowdon. All right, they go Empoleon. We don't to a KO, and they're just gonna flip turn probably. I think let's go. I kind of like going Breloom again, but yeah, let's just go Breloom. Do they just heal? Oh, they just pivot. All right. Maybe they'll go Salamence now that they've seen our stuff. Maybe they were scared of the rock move, but no, they went Armarouge. Also, this guy's probably Hustle, so they could miss. I'm glad they switched out instead of terastallizing. But that does mean we both have our Terra still. But if they did Terra, we could have lost since this was a roll. So, also I was thinking they would resist it because of just thinking of Mach Punch. But it's a rock move, so they didn't. It just made it so they weren't weak. Okay, Lilligant comes in. I believe this guy goes for the ice fighting grass moves. Lilligant, Hisuian, Victory Dance. Does that give him an accuracy raise? Booster defense. Well, I'm gonna bulk up. And then I'm gonna bulk up again. I'm hoping for the best here. I almost timed out. We do have recovery. They don't. I guess they can miss though. Still. This is going to do a lot though. Maybe I should just hit them now. Then we hit them for a 3-hit KO. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're probably dead. Looking at this. Okay. Well, let's see if we die. Oh, Ice Spinner and they don't kill? That's kind of crazy. They only did 72. Well, I think I want to Terra Water and just Drain Punch. I could protect, but I'm gonna Terra Water Bulk Up. And now we'll Drain Punch and kill them. Why did I do that? All right, now we just lose this. Unless they miss, but hopefully they don't miss. All right, I shouldn't have done that. I'll start looking for another one while we get swept. Wow, Hippowdon doesn't die, surprisingly. All right, maybe Reuniclus can win, but they're probably gonna just trick us, right? Yeah, so. They can just win with Moonblast. Or anything. Yeah, I wish I didn't go for the Terra Grass and then if I went to Hippowdon. Well, if I sacked Hippowdon at that point instead of sacrificing Cyclizar, or if I just went for, what was it? Draco and then the other move, expecting the weakness policy. I forgot that, well, I mean, I literally saw that I want weakness policy. I just didn't think through it. All right, here we go. They might have a really fat team, but I don't really know. Maybe it's just like, I mean, they have Mousehold, but then they got Goodra, Amoonguss, Deoxys. So they can get up hazards with this thing. They could remove all of their hazards with this thing. We don't match up great to the Mousehold. I'm also kind of scared of the Goodra too. I mean, maybe leading this and we could potentially trap something. No. Now, does this go speedy? Or is it slow? Deoxys. Defense. Oh, if it's Cosmic Power, that's not cool. What is Cosmic? I guess we can Psychic Noise it. So they go knock off and they would be faster than our Magnezone, so we could get knocked. Cosmic Power goes Stored Power, but we'd be able to shut off their Recover. Excuse me, I think let's just Volt Switch. All right, they're fast. We could go Hippowdon and get up rocks. Do they have a Psychic move? Deoxys. Defense. If they're this one? No, they just go Nightshade. So we could go into Breloom and bulk up once. But not having Facade makes it so we're like gonna do nothing to the Amoonguss. If we go into this and Psychic Noise, they can switch into these guys. If we go for Calm Mind, they then get it in Mousehold, and we're gonna lose our leftovers, so that's why I was thinking we get Breloom in and get our thing active. Even though they have the Amoonguss, I think this is fine. I'm gonna go for a bulk up. If they stay in right now, then we'd get 2 hits off on the Amoonguss, but oh, they do stay in. All right. I'm just go for a Seed Bomb. All right. Now I'm bulk up again. Okay. Then I'm gonna protect and then Seed Bomb. Get some more recovery. All right, they recover themselves. I'm gonna Seed Bomb again. I can't go for the, I can't spam bulk up because they have Encore. And I mean, we're not gonna do a whole lot to the Amoonguss anyways, but maybe they'll think we have Facade, so I'm kind of waiting to show that. If they go into their Steel types, we'll do a lot. Or is this? That's decent damage. Now we're weak to the fairy move. And this thing can just pivot. So I kind of just want to protect and see what they do. All right. They appear to just have a really fat team, right? Fez. Are they this calm mindset? So we are going to be taking over half unless we Terra Water. I don't think we want to Terra Water, but we could. If we're like super committing to this. If we Terra Water bulk up. What Amoonguss goes with Clear Smog though, right? So they're going to be able to remove our boosts. Unless they don't. You know what? I'm going to just do this. They drop our special attack. Obviously that doesn't matter. And now we'll go for a Seed Bomb. I don't want to get locked in by the mouse hold. And I don't want to reveal Drain Punch still. Alright, do you have Sap Sipper? No. They don't have leftovers. This could be super slow and could go for Dragon Tail. I just want to protect and see what they go for. Thunderbolts. Okay, if their choice spikes, we're dead. Sadly, which stinks. So we could switch into Magnezone. Let's do that. And let's see if we can confirm their specs. I should have maybe went the other one. Thunderbolt. They are specs. All right, well, they don't have a ground type, so we can at least pivot. Then we'll go Cyclizar and Rapid Spin. They probably have the helmet on this, so they'll chip us with that. All right. Then we'll go... I think we could hard switch into Breloom, but the dark move is a little scarier now. I think let's just go Hippowdon. And then... we can go for Earthquake, or we could go for... I think we have to go for Whirlwind in case they Terra or something. I don't know if they've Terra'd yet. I might have missed it. No. Okay, cool. Now we'll go. And then we're going to get up our own rocks. Then we'll go. Honestly, I think I would be fine with trying to go Reuniclus this time and clicking Calm Mind, but I think let's just go Breloom instead. Yeah, we don't lose our item, or we don't mind losing our item. It doesn't matter at all. And now we can just hit stuff. I'm gonna go for a bulk up. If they switch, I mean, we'll get rocks and sand chip on stuff. And if they go for that, we can just heal with Protect. We also have Drain Punch, which we haven't shown yet, but we do have it. I think I'm just send the Seed Bomb. All right. Now we'll Protect. All right. Do we show Drain Punch finally? Nightshade does... what is the damage again? I don't know why I'm blanking on this. Equal to the level. Okay, so it'll do 100 damage. I think it's Seed Bomb. Okay. Then we can Protect to get to full. I think let's do that. I wish I did that the previous time. Or near full. Heal a lot. Now we'll... Seed Bomb again. And they have to heal. So I'm gonna bulk up. And now we're gonna 2-hit KO with Seed Bomb. So I'm gonna bulk up again. I think maybe Fez would come in. I don't know. Maybe Goodra would come in. I'm gonna protect. All right, Breloom, it's doing things. I will Seed Bomb again. Okay, we don't kill. But we can protect and then kill them with a Seed Bomb. All right, what comes in? We also might be able to take a hit. This is so annoying. We might be able to take a hit from Household. But we're slower than this probably, so that's why I'm kind of planning on that. So let's protect to scout what they go for. Draco. We might be able to live that with Magnezone. Let's see. Mag. Nope, we're dead. I think that's fine. Sock Magnezone. Magnezone could have done more if I didn't take so much damage. Then we'll go... If we go Reuniclus and just send a Focus Blast, like, we'd hit quite a few things, but I want to Calm Mind, but they have the Encore on this. Could go back into Breloom. At -2, Breloom can take hits from this. But sending this out seems better. And just clicking Focus Blast. Maybe they'll sack Fezandipity though. But I don't think so. You know, I'm gonna Calm Mind. Alright, Bisharp comes in. I think we can take a hit and just kill this. Yeah, we don't even take half. And we just kill him with Focus Blast. Alright. That's a lot weaker than Knockoff, which is nice. Now we should be able to take a Draco. We kill both of these with the Psychic move. And on this, we could just switch right into Hippowdon. Or would we kill? Let's see. And would we die? We do die. So let's go this. And we also have Lycanroc in the sand if they just kill us here, so... Alright. Now, Earthquake's pretty good versus everything, so I'm gonna just do that. Get rid of the rocks. We kill with the sand. How much does sand do? That doesn't say. Alright, I think we sacrifice this. And I think Reuniclus can just win. So I'm gonna click rocks. They miss Draco Meteor, so we get the rocks. We'll click Earthquake. Let's see, does Goodra kill a Reuniclus? At -2? It does not. We can go into Reuniclus, click Recover. And then we can click Calm Mind, I think. And then we'll click Psychic Noise. And at +1 Spit F, I think we can take a Draco from full. What? +1, there we go. Unless they just keep spamming it and get the crit right now. But, oh, they are going for that, I think. All right. Psychic Noise. I guess Stun Spore on this would be pretty annoying. Foul Play, that does not do very much. Let's go. They've not Terra'd. And they ended up not having any spikes at the end, too. Now, I think we go for Recover. Especially if they go for Draco. Okay, if they're just going for the Spit F drop, so that's a little scary. I wonder how much Breloom takes from that. Terra Water. Flash Cannon. Could go into this, click... I mean, this guy resists both of our things, though. Let's just Focus Blast and hit it. Sweet. Good idea, Reuniclus, and then we'll Psychic Noise. Hey, Reuniclus got it! It only took a couple tries. Okay. They do get this attack drop, but we prevent them from healing, so I don't think we have to worry about anything from this. The annoying part is, though, that, well, actually, Breloom, that's a really good time into them. What was I going to say? The annoying part is, though, that Psychic Noise, like, you can't just spam it and it won't just keep refreshing. So I'm just going to go for one more Calm Mind and then we'll Psychic Noise. Like, if I would have gone for Psychic Noise here, it would still have worn off, is all. Now at +2, hopefully we can break through them. At -1, it did that much, so. Cool, cool. Whoa, they have... I didn't... Okay. No, it makes sense. You can fit Calm Mind. But with Psychic Noise and being immune to the poison, Reuniclus is a pretty good counter to this. Alright, I'll Calm Mind one more time since we have plenty of recovers. And we'll Calm Mind again ourselves. I think we're just gonna get maxed. I don't know if this is the right idea, but we also have Lycanroc that can always outspeed them, and Cyclizar could too. But them being able to drop our attack with Moonblast is a little annoying. Maybe I go for Focus Blast here. No, I should go Psychic Noise and Focus Blast. That's what I should be doing, right? This should be similar power. Alright, then we'll Psychic Noise. Maybe I should have just kept attacking. Alright, now we'll Focus Blast. Alright, then we'll Psychic Noise. I guess a crit for either of us would just change the outcome entirely, too. Alright, and... do they have leftovers? No. I think we recover. Then we'll Psychic Noise. Alright, now we'll Focus Blast. Or do we just keep spamming this? Only 19%. Oh, they've dropped our attack twice. Calm Mind. Calm Mind. I'm nervous about running out of PP. They have 15 more Moonblasts. It's Roost. I think I just have to attack. I don't want them to crit us and then be out of range of Lycanroc. So I think we just keep going for this. We 2-hit KO. They'll be close enough. They should be dead to anything from Lycanroc. And then we'll just click Focus Blast and Lycanroc can win. Or Reuniclus wins. Nice. Woo. All right, we got one. Up against a hyper offense, it looks like. I'm guessing that's one of these is rocks. I don't know for sure, but Lycanroc, or sorry, Cleaver or Empoleon is. Then we've got Mimikyu to spin block, and it's got the built-in like sash basically. And then Terrakion, Gengar, and Crawdonk are all pretty scary. Leading Lycanroc, it seems pretty good, but if they have a sashed guy, we're just gonna get KO'd probably. We could lead Breloom and just go for the Protect to get our thing active. We don't take hits from Cleavor though. We're also going to be giving both of their rock types a special defense raise, which is a little scary. I kind of like the idea of leading this and going for Protect. So I want to do that. And actually, I think we still hit Protect, even though because they have a Gengar. So I'm going to hit Protect. Cool. And then we'll go get Cyclizar. Sub. All right, I think we go for Knockoff. I don't think we Draco. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, I think we definitely Knockoff. We're immune to Hex. We definitely go for another Knockoff. They're gonna be able to chunk us, but getting rid of their black sludge or getting rid of an item on somebody else would be good. Does Justified give them an attack raise? I can't remember. It does. All right, that's kind of scary. But they probably would maybe die to Draco. All right, and they just gave us the black sludge. That's not cool. And we're disabled. And burned. Oh wait, no, they didn't give us the black sludge. I'm stupid. So we knocked it off. Sub Will-O-Wisp trick. Last move is probably Hex, right? I mean, we could just U-turn into Magnezone. I think let's do that. All right, they switch. We could go Lycanroc and kill them with a close combat. Or we just go Hippowdon and click Earthquake. Nothing really wants to take an Earthquake. I think let's do that. I kind of want to get up rocks, but everything is really scary. So I think we just click Earthquake. Empoleon comes in. They probably are offensive based on that. Let's see, Empoleon. I mean, we are a Hippowdon, but doing that much with Earthquake. If they're max HP, I don't think they take that much. Let's see, 252. No, that could just be a defensive one still. Well, I kind of want to hang on to Breloom for the Crawdaunt. Magnezone doesn't resist the water move though. And it could just be 2-hit KO'd, right? If they're offensive. So which one would we rather sacrifice? I think the Magnezone, because Crawdaunt is scary. So, all right. Yeah, and we could actually speed tie with them too. So I think let's go for Thunderbolt. Or do we want to Volt Switch? I think I'd rather sacrifice this. So let's just Thunderbolt. Hopefully they're not Agility. All right, cool. And Terra Ground. All right. Now we get, all right, Terrakion. Our Lycanroc can Revenge kill them. Hippowdon can take hits. If they go for something like a Sword Stance right now, I don't know how well Hippowdon could take that. I don't think we need this, so I'm just gonna click Thunderbolt. All right, cool. And because I went for that, I'm kind of like, all right, maybe we just go Hippowdon now. But at full health, yeah, I think let's just click Thunderbolt. Then we can keep Hippowdon at full health for the Cleaver and the Mimikyu, even the Gengar, because I'm guessing Hex is their last move, and so they'll have to Will-O-Wisp us. All right, and they were thinking they were switching, I think, so we catch the Cleaver. We do outspeed Crawdaunt. They have to go back into one of these things. All right, they're just gonna give up this. All right. Now I was thinking we could go into this and Draco, but I mean they have Mimikyu. We could go into Breloom and click. Well, Reuniclus might be able to take on everything actually. What if we go Reuniclus and just click Calm Mind? Do we need to Calm Mind? I think we might. We need like a couple Calm Minds actually probably to be able to beat Mimikyu. And then we'll have to Terra Water in order to beat Crawdaunt. Or we go Breloom and Breloom can... Well, no, Breloom's not going to take hits from this well. Otherwise it's going Lycanroc and clicking... Yeah, no, I think we go into this and we click Calm Mind. I think we click that once at least, and then I'll click Recover. Okay, and now we can Terra Water and click Focus Blast. Becoming a water type I think is fine. This is definitely dead if we hit it. They Dragon Dance. Come on! No! I think we can still take one. They Terra Water. You're a Crawdon. Come on, man. All right, we hit him last game. We definitely, I mean, yeah, we hit him last game. All right, we could go into Hippowdon and take 2 hits, but they're going to... I mean, we need chip on them. They do have life orb, so I guess we'll cause them to take more chip if we just stay in here, so. Now we sack Hippowdon. We go for... Do we need rocks for anything? I think maybe we click rocks, because maybe then Lycanroc could clean up with the Celerock. I don't know. Well, I should have accounted for that. Whoops. I thought we were dead, just dead. Frick. All right, now we have to go Lycanroc and click a Celerock, because they have the water move. Aqua Jet, I think. Or maybe they didn't. I don't know if Mimikyu dies to a Celerock after we break its disguise, but I was kind of hoping. Let's see. Mimikyu, Lycanroc. It does not. And Play Rough is going to do a lot. I'm just going to go for it because we might not be able to switch in again anyways. All right, and they SD and they can't hit us with a Shadow Sneak, but being burned isn't great. What's our strongest? Actually, I think we might need to pivot into Breloom, then go right back into Lycanroc. And then maybe Lycanroc can clean up with a Celerock. Does it kill Terrakion then? No. Would it kill Gengar? Yeah. Lycanroc to Mimikyu. And we have to go for a Celerock because of... they have a Shadow Sneak, you know? I think we have to go for U-turn. Go into Breloom. Hopefully they don't have Drain... Son of a bitch. Alright, they have Drain Punch. And just go for Seed Bomb. Okay, well, I think we can... Now we have Celerock, and then I think Cyclizar can win. A Seed Bomb? No, Celerock's still the roll on this, man. We don't kill. I thought for sure they'd have a Shadow Sneak. Oh well. Damn. They probably still did have a Shadow Sneak, right? No, they... What did they sacrifice for Drain Punch? Drain Punch helps against Steel types. Yeah. Let's see, Yu. Okay, so yeah, they had Shadow Sneak, they didn't have Shadow Claw. Yeah, if I went for Earthquake versus the Crawdon, that was silly clicking Stealth Rocks. I felt really silly after they missed. And then... Oh yeah, we kind of just got lucky. They sacrificed some stuff. We did miss the Focus Blast, but we got pretty lucky the previous game. They actually might not have had Aqua Jet too. Remembering or realizing that they have Dragon Dance instead of Sword Stance, they could have had close combat, I guess. But all right, we got one. I think it's a rematch. Yeah, I think it's the person who timed out. And I can't remember what I was going to lead. I think maybe Breloom and Protect, or we just lead Magnezone. I think it's lead Magnezone. Excuse me. Yeah, I think this is good. And now we just Volt Switch. I wonder if this is like Calm Mind to ground. All right. Goodra. We could go right into Lycanroc and click Close Combat. But if they tear a Ghost, then we're dead. Goodra. Choice Specs. Let's see. Magnezone Volt Switch. Oh, they took way less. So I wonder if they're like assault vest. You know what? I'm gonna go Breloom. Let's go Breloom. And let's click Protect and see what they go for. Alright, cool. They have Dragon Tail. So let's just hit him with a Drain Punch. And do way too much. Dragon Tail's probably gonna do a little bit. That's not that bad though. Alright, and now we can Focus Blast kill this. They do have the Gengar, but we have Cyclizar. I think it's Focus Blast. Ah, losing our leftovers isn't great, but... Alright, we miss. And they have Dragon Tail, so... You know. I can't try and set up. I could recover. But I'd rather just hit him with a Focus Blast. Alright, we don't kill. Alright, this is kind of fine. They're definitely Dragon Tail now. And fortunately, we're slower than them. You know, actually, I think we're... do they have Ice Beam or Flamethrower? Because they can't knock off our item because they're going to die. Do they Helmets? Udra Assault Vest? Huh. I mean... I think it's kind of worth it to get up rocks, so... Okay, they have Surf. Not ideal. Let's go Breloom. Get rid of our thing. Say Protect to heal. And then we'll go for a Drain Punch to finish them off. Speed drop doesn't really matter since we're slow. Taking that big amount of damage on Hippowdon isn't great, but it was kind of like they had something, probably. Ice Beam or Fire move. Alright, are you in an Encore right now? Is that the plan? Terra Ghost Encore? Or Terra... Yeah, it would be Terra Ghost Encore. So I'm gonna go Hippowdon. Just Terra Ghost Tidy Up. Well, I think we're going to be fine if they just hit us here. I could go for Slack Off. I think we just click Encore, though. All right. And we have a helmet, so I think they're going to just knock themselves out. Mouse hold. How much does helmet do again? It's 1/8. Which, no, it's 1/6. What is that? 1 divided by 6? 16%. So they're dead, so we can just click rocks. Or we could Slack Off. I think we Slack Off. Just get back to full. What? They have... We had a helmet. Right? So they're holding protective pads? All right. So they're holding protective pads. 353 times 2. They're still slower than our Lycanroc. So we could go into it and click Stone Edge. But, you know, we could miss. If we click a Celerock... They did Terra. I think we just click a Celerock. I don't care. Okay. I go Vaporeon. Now... Could go into this to pivot. They also could just flip turn themselves. If they do flip turn, what would we want in? Cyclizar? So I think let's go Cyclizar. Oh, they're just gonna heal. Alright, let's knock off. Oh, that's really cool. So they get the mouse hold back in. Do they have HP too? Because we didn't kill with Earthquake. Huh. If I go for U-turn right into Lycanroc, then we could save this thing, or we could go into Magnezone. I think let's click U-turn. All right. I don't know if that was a misclick, but they disconnected. So we'll see if they come back. I think they forfeited the last time because of a timeout too, so. All right, cool, they're back. Okay, Galvantula's in. Did I Terra yet? No. So Terra Fairy would let us resist the bug move. No, we could just go this and Draco. Or we could go into this and collect the rock move. And we would like kill almost everything with the rock move. But we'd have to hit it. Or we go Cyclozar, click Draco, which could also miss. And then they could possibly set up with Salamence on us. I think we go this and click the rock move. We might live too. But if we go for a Celerock... Actually, we might be fine enough. But the Vaporeon coming back in is pretty annoying. So I want to click Stone Edge. All right, we hit it. I think you're going to heal, so I think we go for another one. Cool. Now we outspeed everything. Just faster than Maushold, just faster than Gengar, and just faster than Galvantula. And Salamence. If we were Adamant, we would even be slower than that. Okay, they could be Scarfed. They would have to go for the Ghost move here. Since we resist the Poison move. They go for Psychic Noise, which is annoying. I think they're locked into that, right? Let's see, Gengar. Scarf. What would they go for? The Psychic move again or the Poison move? I think I U-turn. We'll be able to confirm what their item is. All right. So are they choice specs? Gengar to Cyclozar. 34%. Huh. I think we can go Magnezone. I think they're going to go for the Poison move. They go for that again. All right. Now we could just spam Thunderbolt or Flash Cannon. I think let's go for Thunderbolt, because I think we'll kill Galvantula. And then we'll do enough to these things for sure. They've already Terra'd, so we don't have to worry about Terra Ground. I can't remember how much we did to Galvantula. 57 with a Volt Switch? Oh shit, we got disabled? That's a problem. I think we have to struggle. Are they immune to that? No. Yeah, we need to get them in range of a Celerock or we just lose. All right, they have a low kick. Yeah, I think we just lose. We don't kill with a Celerock. We have no sand anymore, so we can't go for Stone Edge. Yeah. Our best bet is going to this and... Oh wait, I guess we do have Terra. But Terra Water doesn't help us. Terra Fairy doesn't help us. So Celerock. What? Why did they go for that? I guess expecting Terra Ghost? Or, I don't know why they didn't go for the fighting move. I don't know why they didn't go for the fighting move. I think we just always Celerock this. I think we 2-hit KO them, so they can't boost. And... Oh, wait. I guess if they're Scarfed... No, they're Moxie. Or they were Citrus, so we could go into this and Draco. Maybe we Terra Fairy just in case. No, I don't think so, because... What if we need to be a Fairy type for that? I don't know. No, I think let's Terra Fairy just in case we miss. All right. Then, all right, cool. Well, I don't know why we didn't get swept by the Maushold, but that a pretty cool set. Wishing, I'm just surprised being able to wish to the Maushold. That was sick. well, I think that's a good one to call it on. I think we're probably close to an hour in time. Reuniclus, I think we did get a sweep or two with it, and Braylon put in a lot of work too. I know the games and probably me are just all over the place because I haven't played in a while, but I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know how unorthodox these sets are or how common really anything is. I did look at the like top 10 most used guides or whatever in the tier from the beginning of the month to see, and was expecting like, what is it, Volcanion, Goodra, quite a few scary things like that. But our team worked decently. We did see a couple Goodras, but we were able to deal with them all right. And yeah, got to use Reuniclus and use Sand. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you're interested in trying out the team, I'll put a Pokepaste in the description. And that'll be it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you next one. Peace.